All right.
Love you, Esther.
I love you guys. All right, here's Chaviva Galatz.
Hey, welcome everyone to Denver. I just moved here a month ago, so I'm officially a Denverite. And my big thing is converts. So I crowdsourced all of my favorite converts for some of the things that nag us, bug us, some of the things that we want the rest of the world to know. First thing, we're Jewish just like you. Is that 15 seconds? Sweet. Okay, I'm just going to monitor this myself, so I'm just going to talk and talk. Okay, all right, so the first thing, don't ask. Don't ever ask. If someone walks in and they're African American with red hair and they have a cross on their necklace, don't ask. Just say, oh, okay, another Jew's in the room, but never ask the question. It's one of the most awkward, uncomfortable things on the face of the planet. Not only is it just a little bit rude, but it's also really awkward, okay? So, I should have written a script. I'm horrible. This is going to go really fast. Okay, the other thing is don't tell. I was once at a Shabbos dinner, and it came up that I was a convert, and so we were talking about my story, and it was really cool, and he thought it was really neat. I go to shul the next day, and at least 20 people walked up to me and go, "You converted? That's so amazing! Can I tell your story?" And I was thinking to myself, like, how did they find out? This guy went and he had some like buddies in the morning and he told everyone he knew, which wouldn't be a big deal, except that it's the kind of thing that we want to share ourselves. So don't go around telling everyone, because if it gets back to us, it's a little uncomfortable, it's a little awkward. We aren't zoo animals. This is one that someone suggested to me. I'd never thought about being a zoo animal before, but it reminded me a lot when I was living in Nebraska, and every single week for Shabbos, we'd have a local high school or college group come, and they would sit in the back of the synagogue, and they would watch us. They would watch us and observe us. And it felt kind of weird. So sometimes it feels like that being a convert too. You feel like people are sort of looking at you to see like how fast you're shuckling, or if you're bending in the right places, or if you're washing in the right way. And if you want to know our story, go ahead. You can ask in the right time, but it's also kind of, make sure you have the right time to do it. One of the least favorite things in the world is when you're at a kiddush or you're at the kotel on Shavuos, and someone walks up to you and they're like, "So, tell me your story." You can't hear anything and you can't see anything, and you're trying to like express this impassioned experience and this long history, and someone's like holding their baby and like running away and being like, "I'll be right back." And then they come back and you're trying to finish. It's kind of uncomfortable. Also, this is another one that I crowdsourced. We're not your therapists. A lot of people, once they find out you're a convert, all of a sudden they're like, "My aunt's stepsister converted. It's really emotional for her. I'm sure you understand completely, but can I tell you about it?" Or, "Oh, I have this friend at work who once mentioned that they really love Judaism. Do you think that I should talk to them?" So try to keep the therapy bit, to yourself. We come in all colors, just like you. A lot of people don't always recognize the diversity of the Jewish people in general, but converts are just as diverse, if not more diverse. So just keep that in mind. Two awesome Wylove there. He's pretty cool. He's walking around. Two of my favorite folks here. And also, this is a really big one. We weren't all Christians. Shocking, right? There aren't as many Muslim converts to Judaism as there are atheist converts to Judaism, and most of the converts I actually know didn't have a religion before they came. There are a lot of Catholics, because a lot of Catholics say that Judaism reminds them of Catholicism. I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. And this is probably the biggest one. We didn't all convert for marriage. A lot of people walk up to like a married couple, and if they know you're a convert, they assume that you converted for the guy or you converted for the girl. Funny thing is when I was going through the Orthodox conversion process in West Hartford, people thought that my then boyfriend was the convert, and so people were walking up to our friends and they were like, "So, when is he converting?" And I took that as like a huge flattery point, but then I wasn't sure whether it was a good thing or a bad thing. Ivanka Trump, probably one of the most popular, well-known converts out there right now. She did convert for marriage, but I have it on good word that she's a very, very passionate person. And the funny thing about this picture here is when this was taken, it was over Sukkot, and the media posted a little tagline with it that said that perhaps her husband had bought her a bouquet of flowers while they were walking in Manhattan. How little they know. We don't care how Jewish we look. I have been told a million times that I pass really well. I'm fair-skinned and I'm dark-haired and I can say chetz and, I got all these words down. But we really don't care because, I'm not going to walk up to you and say, oh my God, you've got curly hair, you're so Jewish-looking. And Woody Allen, of course. Kermit the Frog said it's not easy being green. It's really not easy being a convert. A lot of people don't know the hoops that are jumped through, the money that's put forward, the life changes, the family situations, and all the different things that we go through. And if you ask us at the right time, we can tell you the story about that. But it's not easy. If it was this easy, I think that the Jewish people would be in good straits. But yeah, it's not easy. So if you do know any converts, just remember that they might have dropped $5,000 to become Jewish. It does happen in California. I googled "We Are Jews," and this is the photo that came up. I think it's part of the Brick Testament. If you've ever seen that website, it's pretty entertaining. But this was the big one. Converts want to know that we're Jews just like you. We don't care whether we're more Jewish, less Jewish. We chose Judaism. Big deal. We're just as Jewish as you are. And forget us not. One of the really interesting things in the Midrash is it talks about how if there's a convert who ever goes off the derech, I hate that phrase, but if there's ever a convert who leaves their Judaism, the responsibility for that loss is on the Jewish community. The reason for that is because the community is responsible for welcoming, accepting, taking on as Jewish converts. So my biggest request is forget us not.